Welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for watching. Today I'm doing a highly requested video sharing an update on if I still like my Morganite after 2.5 years of wearing it constantly. Now, before I get into anything else, I just want to go ahead and say, if you're new here, welcome to my channel. If you are returning and you've been here already, then welcome back. If you're not a part of the fam, make sure to go below and click the subscribe button. I put up 2 videos a week here, and then I also put up 2 videos on my vlog channel, which you can find right here. I love vlogging and I love YouTube, and I would love it if you would join my family. And I seriously love you guys. How many times can I say love in the intro? It's kind of annoying already. You can also follow me on my Instagram, which I will link right here for you guys. But I've got a lot of things that I need to get into, so let's go ahead and get into today's video. So I'm going to try and make sure that I cover everything, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say, if you're one of those like diamond gemstone snobs who wants to get in an argument with people, please just go away. I am not in the mood to deal with those in the comment section, and it never fails. Every time I've shared a Morganite video or something like that, like one of you just goes off in the comment section, like chill. Just a ring, okay? So basically I wanted to update you. I've been wearing my ring for 2.5 years, my Morganite. If you don't know, I do have a blog post up on my blog on how I clean the ring. It will be linked in the description bar below, so I'm not gonna be talking about that aspect, but I am just gonna kind of go over everything like really fast if you haven't seen my other Morganite videos. So I was looking into engagement rings in January of 2016. My now husband was just like, hey, go ahead and look at some rings, tell me what you want, because I'm clueless, and you just tell me what you want, and you know, that'll be fine. I went and looked at a few rings and I found a diamond ring that I absolutely loved, and I had just started like kind of showing people. I wasn't telling them what I was doing, like looking for an engagement ring. I was like, oh, I just went ring shopping and like, look at these. They saw right through that though. And a lot of people, the ring that I had found, they were like, oh, my sister has that ring. Oh, my cousin has that ring. And I was like, great, I'm so excited to have the ring that everybody else has. So I got on Pinterest and I typed in like unique engagement rings, and Morganite was one of the ones that came up. It ended up taking me to Etsy, and it was like, that's kind of where you can get really cool Morganite rings. So during my Etsy search, I found Sam & Sue, which is where I got my engagement ring from, and I instantly felt a little bit better. I sell a wedding timeline through Etsy, so I have a different perception now of Etsy, but at the time I was just like, oh, I'm not comfortable buying an engagement ring through Etsy. And so it actually ended up, Sam & Sue had an ad or something within the Etsy app, and it took me to their website, and I immediately was like, okay, this is it. But I was super nervous because I was like, I bet these are so much more expensive than a regular diamond ring, and I was so wrong. So once I found out that the rings were actually more affordable than diamonds, and they were like a unique stone, like not a lot of people had them at the time, or I guess it wasn't as widely talked about, I was all for it. My fiance wasn't at first, but now everybody who knows me, who sees the ring, is like, absolutely, without a doubt, that is the ring for you. There's no ring out there that's more perfect. So I have a 2.7 carat cushion cut Morganite engagement ring from, like I have said, Sam & Sue. It did come offline. I was a little bit nervous. I'll go ahead and link that other video right here for you guys. You can watch all of the like intro stuff to me talking about my Morganite if you want to go see it there, because I really do want to just focus on the fact that this is like a 2.5 year later update. So I did get my ring in December of 2016, and it is May of 2019 when I am filming this. So I have been wearing it for legitimately 2.5 years straight, almost like this July. I'm gonna kind of jump right into the Q&A portion of this video because you guys asked a ton of questions. I will be straight up, there are some questions I just can't answer. I'll definitely do my best, but like there are some things I can't. So we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. The first one obviously is just, how is the ring condition after 2.5 years? Absolutely perfect. It has not scratched, it has not dented, it has not loosened, and I'm kind of rough on all of my jewelry, specifically because I fall a lot, I'm clumsy, I hit my hands on things all the time, which are like I constantly have scratches. So I'm pretty rough on my hands, and I have never noticed a scratch, a dent, a ding, you know, anything that would make me think, oh God, I just absolutely hate the fact that I got a Morganite. I've never thought that. And in fact, I have had people say, like, one day are you gonna think about upgrading? It wouldn't even make sense because I would just upgrade to another Morganite from the exact same company. It's like, doesn't make any sense. But this ring is like, it's perfect for me. So the condition after 2.5 years, flawless. Still just as gorgeous as the day I got it. This is one I can't answer. How do you know which ones are high quality? I don't know. I would just honestly say to do your research, because if you don't choose to buy your ring from Sam and Sue, you need to make sure that the quality behind that Morganite that you're getting is really high. But I had seen a lot of reviews on Sam and Sue. I had seen the Etsy reviews on Sam and Sue. I had Googled them, and everything that I had heard, even like the comment section on their Instagram, I mean, they just had rave reviews. So I knew that their stones were good, but I'm not quite sure how to know which ones are high quality. Just because that's not like kind of my, you know, what I do. So just kind of make sure where you are getting your ring from. If it's not Sam and Sue, like, you do the research on that company. Do you wear your ring cleaning your house, washing your hands, to bed? Does it hold up well? So I took my ring off a lot in the beginning, and that's just because I was really nervous. I didn't know how to wear an engagement ring. And if you've ever gone, well, I mean, I guess if you have gone from not being engaged to being engaged, you noticed you're like, for a solid week, 2 weeks after, because there's this thing that's all of a sudden on your hand and everybody wants to look at it. It's very precious, but it sits up high, and so you're just kind of like, oh my god. So I took my ring off a lot in the beginning, but I really don't anymore. I still take it off when I go to bed because I am a hand sleeper. Like, I sleep on my face. I know it's horrible, but I do it, and I don't want my ring like mashing into my face. Like, I have literally times I've forgotten to have woken up with a ring mark on my face, and I was like, that's attractive, that's great. So I don't wear it when I sleep, but I've worn it when I clean. I mean, I wear it when I'm doing normal house stuff. I really just kind of take it off when I'm going to bed or when I'm cooking, because I have noticed that it does absorb a lot of oil very quickly. If you're like around like vegetable oil, cooking oil, coconut oil, anything that's oil related, I've always noticed it like sucks it up really fast. So I take it off when I'm cooking and sleeping, and that is about it. I wear it in the shower, you know, every other time. How many bands are around your ring? I'm thinking of doing an enhancer wrap. So I got this question a lot. I have shared a video on Everly rings before. That's kind of where the like diamond snobs came out. I'll link that video right here for you guys. So I partnered with Everly rings. They sent me some really cool rings, and then I ended up purchasing some bands from them that I loved. Cut to, you know, my cat has gotten a hold of them, or I lost one because I'm Mariah and I'm a mess. So I actually recently ordered other Everly rings on a full-time day-to-day basis. For the 1 year that I have been married, almost, it'll be 1 year this weekend, I have worn just the 2 plain rose gold bands with my ring because I wanted my Morganite to really stand out, because I think it's such a beautiful stone. But I have recently repurchased some other Everly rings. I just do this every now and then. I'll wear them for like a week and then I'll take them off. I think it's just fun to kind of add and subtract from your ring and make it look different. And the fact that Everly rings are affordable and they don't turn, and they look like they're simulated diamonds, so they look very real next to my ring, is why I'm okay with just like changing them out every now and then. But currently on a day-to-day basis, like full time, I just wear my 3 like plain bands with the Morganite. Another one I got a lot. You guys asked a lot of the same questions. If you could do it all over again, would you choose a Morganite? Absolutely yes. I will never go without a Morganite. I think the peachy pink color looks so good with my skin. It truly, if I was to ever like get a, you know, glow up ring or a, you know, an anniversary ring or whatever, I would want it to be a Morganite from Sam and Sue. Like, it would just be a bigger stone, or, you know, maybe a different style. But at the end of the day, I would do it over again in a heartbeat. I would get the exact same ring in a heartbeat because it's so perfect and it's so unique. And I know that so many people have Morganites now, just like, you know, people have diamonds and there are tons of different styles of diamonds. There are just so many different Morganites out there that I feel like it's so unique, and I love that aspect. And even if it's not unique, whatever, I still love it. Are there any chips and scratches? No. How often do you clean it? So I did tell you guys, I'll link that in the description bar below, the blog post where I talk about it. I maybe clean my ring once a month if I get to it. I don't think that they get dirty. I think that's kind of like a misconception. And I thought that. I was like, God, I mean, I'm so nervous. I'm gonna have to clean this ring like once a week. I don't do that. I did it a lot in the beginning, and then I was like, oh wait, it's been 2 weeks since I cleaned my ring. Oh wait, it's been 3 weeks, and I don't notice it getting dirty. You know, I don't like go swimming in it. That's probably something I would restrict from it. I don't go to the beach in my ring just because I get super nervous that like the stone would, you know, the ring would come off or the stone would fall out or something, which is super stupid. But I really only take it off to sleep and when I'm cooking, and I've never noticed that it gets outrageously dirty like people think. Does it easily get that cloudy look to it? No. Do you regret getting a Morganite? No. Do you ever get rude comments about it? The exact opposite. Everybody's like, can I see your ring? It looks so cool. What is that? It's beautiful. And I get a lot of, wow, your ring is so beautiful. And then they'll be like, is it pink? And I'll show it to them. And they're like, oh my God, it's so gorgeous. And a lot of times I get, wow, it looks really good with your skin tone. That's something, oddly enough, my gynecologist was like, oh my God, your skin tone. Like, it looks so good with your skin tone. And then when I was at the orthodontist the other day, a lady was like, that is so unique. What is that? I love it. So I get tons of compliments on it. I think because it is just a little bit different than, you know, any other ring out there, even though it's still in a very simple and elegant and timeless setting. Are you still happy with your decision? 100%. Even my husband, he's like, best decision ever. I could not have got you a more perfect ring. Someone asked, how should I go about having a loose stone? My guess would just to be contact Sam & Sue, but the only thing about them being an online store, unless you're local, which I don't know if they have a retail space or something like that, they would probably want you to send it to them to have it fixed. So my guess is just take it to a jewelry store. That's what I would do. Like, I would take it to a local jewelry store and have them tighten it where like I could see what they were doing versus sending it off. But my stone has never been loose even a little bit, so I'm not entirely sure. Did you always want a Morganite? No, I actually did start out wanting a diamond, and then once I found unique engagement rings, it was between a Morganite and a sapphire, like the one like Kate Middleton's, because hello, Kate Middleton did it. Like, we all know that I'm kind of obsessed with her. That's why I had white bridesmaid dresses at my wedding. Like, I was very much into the sapphire idea because Kate Middleton did it. Or an opal. I think opal engagement rings are gorgeous. Does the color fade over the past couple of years? So I got this one, I feel like I got a lot of them, a lot of the same questions, I keep saying that. So it actually doesn't turn. I have read through Sam & Sue's comment sections, the reviews. The bigger the stone, the more peachy pink color you're going to get. So my stone is a 2.5, a little over 2.5 carat ring. And if you get like the 3.5, that color is going to be super freaking pink. I feel like mine is pink and I love that aspect, but there's sometimes like in pictures, people will be like, it doesn't look pink. It does not, or at least at this point in time, it has not seemed less pink to me. I think it looks exactly the same color as it looked years ago. And that is one thing actually, if I could probably do it over again, I would get a little bit of a bigger stone just so that it really looked more pink. Because there's a lot of times people are like, is it pink? So I love the pink aspect of it, but no, it's the same color that it's been for the last 2.5 years. I don't know why I'm sitting so close to you guys today. I don't know, just trying a new setup. Actually, let's zoom you guys out a little bit. Okay, that's a little bit better. Has it held up to your expectations? 100%. I've heard the Morganite stones become cloudy in appearance over time. Not true. Okay, many jewelers say they're fragile. Has your ring chipped or scratched? So, and I hate to even just say this because it's not true for everybody, not every place, but there are some jewelers, they're trying to get you to buy the most like expensive thing that they have. I have been very fortunate in the few cases that I have been into jewelry stores, and we've talked about engagement rings, like when I went the first time and looked, or when I've taken my Morganite in there after. I've only really had like 2 bad experiences with jewelers, like trying to be like, oh, you need to buy a diamond, you need to buy the most expensive things. But honestly, I've always had jewelers tell me like, no, that is not a fragile stone. If you're looking for, if that's something that is very important to you, the hardness of a ring, then get a diamond. But on the Mohs scale, a Morganite is an 8 and a diamond is a 10. So it's not like it's a 2. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like it's this plush little stone. It is still very hard, and I don't find it to be any more fragile than any of my other jewelry. Like this ring right here that has diamonds in it, that's from my grandmother, and then like my mom's ring that she has that's a diamond. Like, or actually my mom has multiple diamond rings. I don't think that like my ring's any more fragile than hers, and so I don't treat it as if it's more fragile. I think maybe some jewelers say that. I don't know. I don't want to like offend the jewelers out there, because there are some that have been like, Morganites are great. Yes, but for the few out there that are like, no, you need to get a diamond because they're trying to like upsell you to the most expensive ring, then Sorry. Okay, how many days does it usually take to get it dirty? And then best tips on getting it to stay clean longer. That is just like I've been saying, to take it off when you cook, because I've noticed that oil, any type of oil, is what's gonna really make it absorb. That's the only thing that I've ever noticed. I've actually gotten lotion in my ring before, and I've never, it like maybe had a little bit of a cloudiness to it, but it went away after time. Nothing else I've really noticed makes my ring look dirty. If I had to guess on how many days until it looks dirty, I would say really it's about a month. And then I think because I wear the ring every day, I look at it and I'm like, okay, this is dirty. But there have been times that people have been like, oh my God, I love your ring, it's so gorgeous, when it was like filthy and I hadn't cleaned it in like 2-3 months, and I was like, thanks, please don't look that close at it, it's really dirty. So like the normal eye wouldn't even know it's dirty, but I know it's dirty. So I guess probably about a month is when I think that mine just gets like, okay, we need a bath. And that could also be because I shower with mine. So like when I shower, it's still getting like the soap from my shampoo and my body, like the soap that I put on my body and stuff. So maybe it's kind of like getting a mini bath when I do that. But when I actually scrub it with a toothbrush, like soak it in the hot water and all that, that's only once a month. Are there any negative things you found about having Morganite as your wedding ring? No. I've heard that they're softer than diamonds. So like I said, most scale, they're an 8, a diamond's a 10. Not that much of a difference. Do you think the Alas is an engagement ring, or would another stone be suited? I have no idea about another stone because I've never worn another engagement ring stone, so I would say yes. All right guys, and that is it for today's video. I hope that I answered all of your questions. I kind of tried to filter them out and make sure that I didn't answer questions multiple times, but also that I answered everything very thoroughly. Overall, 2.5 years, and I still feel like this ring looks like it was fresh out of the box yesterday. It is a gorgeous ring. I don't regret it one bit. I think it is the most perfect ring for me because it's got this peachy pink color that works with my skin tone. It still has a very classic and elegant setting, but it is different. It is a newer type of ring. It is a little bit more modern, and that's what I love the most about it. So I hope that I answered all of your questions. If you are new here, please make sure to go below and click the subscribe button. Head over to my vlog channel and subscribe there as well so that you can be a part of the family. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I'll see you in my next video.